So I've decided to, in 5 years, it'll be 5 years I stopped drinking.
Okay.
This
Awesome.
December.
Yeah.
It all started with a conversation that you and I had at a sushi restaurant. And if
You
anybody
can tell.
if anybody knows Gina, she's always gonna come straight to you. You know, it's never gonna be like, and she always looks at you straight in the eyes, and she's like, "That's not sober," you know, or "That's not that." And so we had a conversation about when's the last time I had been sober, and I said, "Oh, every January I don't drink." She's like, "Yeah, but everything." And I remember thinking like, and I kind of stayed quiet, and I had to go home and think. She's like, "When's the last time you were sober?" And I literally couldn't even answer, I think, until like maybe a week later. And I had realized that for the last 16 years, at that point, I had been just sedating myself with pain pills, you know, either smoking, cocaine, MDMA, or Molly, or ecstasy, anything that you could think of. And there was never a point that I could remember that I wasn't absorbing something or taking something that wasn't sedating me for more than maybe a day, maybe because I was too hungover or I was just too still high from the day before, you know. And so that's really no different than anybody else that has a severe, you know, heroin addiction or meth addiction or anything, you know, all these other drugs that we frown that are so frowned upon and, you know, that are bad. So, yeah, when that conversation happened, I realized that I think that was probably in that summer of 2016. And then December 31st of 2016 was the last time at like 10 p.m. was the last time I had it. I didn't even make it to midnight. And I decided to stop drinking for a year. I almost drank again on the New Year's a year after that. And then there was a couple times where I almost, you know, drank. And, you know, I wasn't completely sober. It took me a while to stop doing recreational drugs. And then now over the last year, I have pretty much focused more on entheogens, you know, which is psychoactive, you know, plant medicines, you know, with this psilocybins, which are mushrooms, ayahuasca, peyote. And so those I have been doing under supervision or microdosing. I microdose like 3 times a week.